What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be changing the filter.
Okay, specifically we're going to be changing an April Air. So here's the replacement media, and here's April Air filter. So I'm going to hand the camera over to my son while we walk through the steps on how to change this out. So here you go.
Okay.
He's steady now.
You.
So we're going to pull the top off. It just pops out. Slide this out, and you'll notice there's a, let me see the camera for a second. There is an arrow. I don't know if the camera picks it up. The arrow shows the airflow, and it should be pointing toward the furnace.
Yeah.
That's the direction of the air. So we're going to pull this thing all the way out, and we're going to set her right here. Okay. Yep. So you got some
It's a
room.
little bit tight in here.
So now, the first thing we're going to do, and we're going to push these tabs on the end here. See the little tab there? There's one on both sides. We're going to push them in, and we're going to pop the ends out. Both sides do this. Same thing. All right. Then we're going to take these black things out. They just snap out. And from here, each one of these sides folds in, and they kind of snap in place. We're going to fold them up, both sides. And from here, I'm just going to grab a number of these pleats and just pull it out.
Yeah.
And that's our old filter, and you can see the line
Yeah.
where it
It's
collects.
not as dirty as it.
No,
as
it's
it
not as
normally
dirty.
is.
I think our house is starting to become a little cleaner. Not sure why, but we do this every 6 months.
Yeah.
They're supposed to last a year, but we run our furnace fan constantly to recirculate the air.
Yeah.
So we're going to take our new filter, and we're going to spread this over. And these white or paper ends here, you can see they got the little slots in them on each side.
Mm-hmm.
Each side's got these slots, and it's important to see those because there's little tabs on here that we have to fold this paper over. So I'll show you. There's a little slot here. You put the paper in there so it's on that slot, and it prevents the filter from moving back and forth. So we're going to do it on both ends. And once we do that, before we go to the other end, we're going to snap this shut, keep it in place. And then we're going to do the same thing on this side. There's a little tab right here. There's an arrow there, it even shows where it is. We're going to put this paper over the tab on the plastic on both ends, like that. And then we're going to snap this shut. And what I do is I don't fold these up yet because it's just going to make the paper or the filter difficult to move. We're going to use these combs and put these in.
Just like how we put them out.
Yeah, so but we got to line them up so each one has its own pleat into the filter. So this is the most time-consuming part of putting the first one in. But once you get the first one in, the rest go in very easily.
Yeah.
So let's line these up. And it just does not want to cooperate. It happens. So we're going to spread these out a little bit on the rope end here. Make it a little easier on us. Let's get it spread out a little bit. And you only need to work on one end at a time. So there we go. That looks good. That looks good. All the way up to the end, and there we go. So what we do now is we got one side in. We don't snap it in yet. We're going to comb it back and forth, get it nice and even. And then we could snap it in. You can see where they snap in, where the little light areas on the plastic are. And they'll pop in. And then we get the next ones in. These are going to go in very easily. Just put it next to the one you just put in, and then slide it down. Snap them in. There you go. Same thing with this one. Snap it in. And then do the same thing on the other side.
Yeah.
Slide it in. You'll know if they don't go in right because you'll feel resistance. If they go in right, they're nice and smooth. Then we're going to close up the ends.
Yeah.
Now that everything's in place. Just pop in place. Snap. It's all plastic. And it snaps into place. Now, you're going to look for that arrow that I showed you earlier to make sure it's in right. Now, there's only one way to put it in. So the arrow's pointing in the wrong direction, so we're going to flip this around. But Aprilair's got these little slots and they're off center, so there's only one way to put it in. Slide it in there, get it lined up with those notches.
And then it
Pull the
just
handle
goes right
in, and then we're just going to pop these little 4 little nuts into the holes here, or whatever you want to call them. And that's it. Good for another 6 months. Thanks for watching.
Hope you enjoyed. Bye.